Hashtag the Sunday Syndrome. Dr. Sarah Chen first noticed the anomaly during her morning jog on a crisp October Sunday. Her steps felt impossibly heavy, as if she were running through invisible molasses. Every movement required tremendous effort, and what should have been a 30-minute run stretched into 3 agonizing hours. She assumed it was exhaustion until she saw other joggers moving with the same ethereal slowness, their bodies flowing through space like dancers underwater. By noon, social media exploded with videos of the Sunday slowdown. People across the globe reported identical symptoms. Every human movement had decelerated to roughly 1/10 normal speed, but only on Sundays. Cars crawled along highways like glacial ice. Emergency responders moved through crises with dreamlike lethargy. Yet strangely, human perception remained unchanged. People could think and speak normally, making the physical slowness even more surreal and frustrating. Dr. Chen, a neurophysicist at MIT, found herself leading the global Sunday phenomenon research initiative. Initial hypotheses ranged from magnetic field fluctuations to mass hysteria, but the data defied every conventional explanation. Brain scans showed no neurological anomalies. Blood tests revealed nothing unusual. The slowdown affected every human on Earth simultaneously, regardless of time zone, suggesting the trigger was something beyond planetary rotation. 3 months into the research, Chen discovered something peculiar in quantum mechanics laboratories worldwide. On Sundays, atomic clocks ran perfectly normal, but biological processes in all living organisms except humans maintained their regular pace. Birds flew normally, plants grew at standard rates, even bacteria multiplied on schedule. Only human movement had been temporally altered, as if humanity existed in a different temporal dimension every 7th day. The breakthrough came when Chen's team analyzed electromagnetic radiation patterns during Sunday slowdowns. Earth's magnetosphere showed unusual resonance frequencies that matched the human brain's theta wave patterns, the same frequencies associated with deep meditation and altered states of consciousness. Something was broadcasting a signal that specifically targeted human neural networks, but the source remained mysterious. Working with astrophysicists, Chen traced the signal to its origin, a massive structure hidden behind Jupiter's Great Red Spot. The object, roughly the size of Earth's moon, had been camouflaged by the planet's atmospheric disturbances for decades. High-resolution telescopes revealed it wasn't a natural satellite but an artificial construct with geometric patterns that pulsed in sync with the Sunday slowdowns. The structure was a temporal manipulation device, operated by an advanced civilization that had been observing humanity for millennia. Through radio transmissions decoded by cryptographers, Chen's team learned the devastating truth. The Sunday slowdowns weren't random, they were practice sessions. Humanity was being prepared for permanent temporal manipulation as part of a galactic experiment in consciousness evolution. The alien civilization, calling themselves the Chronarch Collective, had discovered that rapid technological advancement without spiritual development inevitably led to species self-destruction. They had intervened in dozens of civilizations across the galaxy, using temporal manipulation to force societies into contemplative states that promoted wisdom over speed, reflection over reaction. Chen realized that the Sunday slowdowns were gradually conditioning humanity for a permanent shift to slow-motion existence. The aliens intended to trap human civilization in perpetual deceleration, believing it would prevent nuclear war, environmental destruction, and the aggressive expansion that had doomed so many other species. From their perspective, they were saving humanity from itself by essentially putting the entire species in temporal slow motion. The most disturbing revelation came when Chen discovered that the conditioning was working. Crime rates plummeted on Sundays, domestic violence disappeared, road accidents became virtually impossible. People spent the slow Sundays in quiet conversation, artistic creation, and peaceful reflection. The forced deceleration was actually improving human behavior, but at the cost of free will and natural development. Chen faced an impossible moral dilemma when she learned how to disable the temporal device. She could restore humanity's natural movement speed, but doing so would likely return civilization to its destructive patterns of haste, aggression, and short-sighted decision-making. The aliens had presented evidence showing that every species given temporal freedom had eventually destroyed itself through rapid, unconsidered actions. As Sunday approached and Chen prepared to make her choice, she discovered the ultimate twist in the alien data files. Humanity wasn't the first species to discover the temporal manipulation device. Previous civilizations had faced the same choice, and every single one had chosen to disable it, prioritizing freedom over wisdom. they had all subsequently destroyed themselves within a few generations, proving the Cronarch's thesis that conscious beings were fundamentally incapable of self-restraint without external intervention. The Sunday slowdowns weren't just an alien experiment, they were a final test. If humanity chose freedom over forced wisdom, they would join the catalogue of extinct civilizations that had made the same choice. If they accepted the temporal manipulation, they would survive but lose the very qualities that made them human. Chen stood at the controls of the alien device, knowing that her decision would determine whether humanity remained free and likely doomed, or survived as a permanently domesticated species, moving through eternity at the pace of a Sunday afternoon, forever contemplating what they might have become if they had been wise enough to slow down voluntarily.